Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News here. Welcome to Ask Klamath, presented by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Joining us today, we have Erin Anderson, Assistant Manager for Coastal Farm and Ranch here in Klamath Falls. You also deal a lot with 4-H and FFA. We're going to be talking about that as well as Coastal. And we're going to take your live questions during the show. But before we do all that, Brandon, roll that intro. Hello, friends. Brian Gailey here. As we said, Klamath Falls News. Ask Klamath is the show. This is Season 3, Episode 4, featuring Erin Anderson, Assistant Manager of Coastal Farm and Ranch here in town. Welcome to the show, Erin.
Thanks for having me.
So a little bit about your background for people who don't know. Erin has been involved with farms, ranches, and livestock his entire life. We were talking off camera, originally from Texas,
Yep.
through to Oregon, through the way of Washington.
Right. I moved up here in 2009 to help out my mother, and just kind of never went back home. I love it up here.
Awesome. I love to hear that. In previous life, you were also a firefighter. Spent 23 years as a firefighter.
I was. That's all I ever wanted to do all my life was, raise my horses and be a firefighter. And, I spent 23 years and kind of got hurt too many times and had to kind of bow out a little bit, so...
Still riding, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You can't take that out, can you? No. So professionally, he has worked for Coastal Farm and Ranch for over 7 years, starting in Washington State before being promoted to Assistant Manager of the Gresham store.
Right.
You spent a year there and then moved to Klamath Falls about the time of the Big R Coastal...
About the time they took over. By the time Coastal took over Big R, I moved down here to help with the transition. And... I've been down here ever since. It's been about 5 years now.
And you're highly involved in 4-H and FFA. You're working with the youth in many activities, both professionally and through the store. We're going to talk a little bit about that and those things that you are involved in. You're buying animals at the auction, personal or for the store?
For the store.
For the store.
And we do the buyback program, so I just, it all goes back.
Very cool. And personally, you enjoy time hunting, fishing, and pretty much anything outdoors.
Yeah, if I can do it outdoors, I'd rather stay outside.
That sounds like most people here, really.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff there. What did we miss in your background and all that kind of stuff? You said you got up here from Texas because of some family. And never wanted to go. Yeah,
my folks lived in Washington for a little while. My dad was in the wind industry, and my mom had some medical issues. I moved out here to help her, and I never went back home.
What kept you out here instead of going back to Texas?
It's just a different way of life. I mean, it's there's a lot of people up here that remind me of Texas, the atmosphere, how people treat you. But I love the mountains, the trees. It's not something I get to see in Texas, and a lot of the snow. Yeah. Very rarely get to see that.
Yeah,
so.
not as many trees over there, is there?
No
hills, flatter hills.
Little hills, yeah.
So, guys, we're going to be taking your questions for Erin live here during the show. Get those in the comments. We're going to ask your questions. But before we do that, a quick mention to our seasons presented. This season is presented by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. They invite you to find your path and learn more at mypcfcu.com or .org, mypcfcu.org. Now, we got some housekeeping on the way. You ready for some real questions?
Sure.
All right. So, talking about the store and things like that, how did you get started in Coastal? Some time in Washington, then Gresham, and how did you get started?
I'd never really worked retail. I've been, I've either done construction, worked on the farm, or been a firefighter all my life. And I used to shop at Tractor Supply. That's what is down in Texas. And and when I moved up here, I needed a job. So I started kind of thinking, hey, I might like to work here. And once they opened up the store in the Dalles, I applied, and that's where I started my career.
In the Dalles?
In the Dalles. We helped set up that store, and then I worked there for about a little over a year until I was able to get promoted to assistant manager, and I moved to Gresham.
And then from there, you came here during that transition period.
Yep, from there I came here.
So, what would you say has been your favorite part of the job doing what you do?
Being able to meet a lot of new people. Everybody's from different walks of life. I've met a lot of interesting people. Oddly enough, I've met a lot of people that from where I used to live around Texas and stuff, in Dallas, Fort Worth area, and so yeah, I've met a lot of nice people here.
Awesome. What would you say has been the least favorite part of what you do?
I don't know. That's a good question.
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's like trying to pick your favorite child.
Right. Luckily, I only have one. So, no, I don't get to spend as much time out, doing what I love to do. But, yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy everything right now. So
good. Well, there got to be something really happy with the job that you enjoy. That if there's not much out there that you don't like.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, there's always, you have to take the good with the bad. But I don't know. I've been trying to stay positive, and I just enjoy everything right now.
All right. What do you like to do with the 4-H and Ffa Kids? You talked in your bio about how you work with them, you help them. What is it you like to do?
I like to help out the kids. Since we've moved up here, I've been able to watch all the kids that my son's gone to school with, watch these kids grow up, and we exchange different things that they've done and versus what I've done. I like to be able to help teach them from what I've learned in the past, and just try to keep them on that straight path and where they need to go, and help them out with things that they might need or things like that. I've always liked working with kids. Even when I was in high school, I helped out younger kids. So, yeah, I just like to help them out.
Just love to help. That's awesome. So one more question before we take a break. You moved to Klamath Falls. You stayed here. And off camera, you were telling me some reasons why you didn't want to go anywhere. Why did you stay? Why did you stay in Klamath Falls?
Well, Klamath Falls reminds me a lot of Texas, with just the people here, the hospitality, the way that people treat you. They're not afraid to wave. They're not afraid to talk to you. So I don't know. It's really grown on me, and I kind of want to hang around for a while.
I kind of want to have you here. That's awesome. So do you have any questions for Erin? If so, get those in the comments below. We're actually going to be asking your questions here shortly. But before we do, we're going to actually take a break. A commercial break, 2 minutes. We'll be right back with more from Erin Anderson from Coastal Farm and Ranch.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between. We keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rorik, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
When you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours?
You got our back?
Please, slow down
and move over.
Hello, friends. Brian Gailey here, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath, presented by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Today, we're joined by Erin Anderson, Assistant Manager for Coastal Farm and Ranch here in Klamath Falls. Just want to let you know, this segment is actually brought to you by the Klamath County Fairgrounds, and there's a couple of things happening this weekend they want you to know about. Friday night is the Bow Ties and Pearls annual fundraiser for the Klamath Basin Senior Center. If you haven't got tickets for that, give the Senior Center a call. They've got those. And happening all weekend long is the 57th annual Bull and Horse Sale. They offer activities for the whole family, all members of the community, not just the ag-related parts of the community, but they encourage everybody to come out and attend that sale. Search KlamathBullSale.com for more information. And head over to the all-new website the Klamath County Fairgrounds just launched today at kcfairgrounds.org. You're going to want to check that out to see what they can do for you. Now, the bull sale, thinking of that for just a second, do they work with you guys too? Do you do quite a bit with them?
Yeah, we have a booth down there, and then we have a big sale at the store. So, whatever you need, we have a big sale. And,
nice. So, going back to Coastal for just a moment, for the people who are unfamiliar, maybe they don't normally shop your store, or, they might not be in the farm and the ranch type stuff. Can you explain what Coastal is and what you guys do?
Well, yeah, we're basically started out as a farm and ranch store, and farm and ranch stores have moved into more of kind of having a little bit of everything. Clothing, you have some plumbing, electrical. We sell wood stoves, pellet stoves, gas stoves, and we have sporting goods, guns. We sell just about everything.
No hot tubs, no groceries.
No hot tubs and no groceries, but hey, you never know.
So a lot of good things there. I mean, there's even like a toy section, like farm and ranch related toys and things like that. The die cast stuff, and
we have lots of toys now. We don't have so much die cast anymore, but it'd be nice to get some more in. That's for sure.
Tools.
Just we have a lot of DeWalt air compressors, chainsaws, log splitters, you name it. We've almost got it.
Right on. So what can you highlight? Well, let me back that up. Coastal does a lot of things in the community that people may not necessarily know about. Can you talk about some of those things that you guys would do?
Yeah, I mean, we try to go to as many events as possible. We do a lot of sponsorships. We try to bring the community in on each of our sales. I mean, I stay active in 4-H FFA. We go to the state FFA convention every year. We try to stay active in as much things as possible. We may miss a few things, but I might have to try to catch it next year, but I try to get everything I can.
So like a lot of businesses, you get asked for donations and help a lot. Are there some there that you really love to help a lot more than others?
We always have our favorite ones, but yeah, there's anything. I've always been focused on anything involving with the kids. Anything that we can help out, veterans, the kids, the Mule Deer foundations and the different hunting foundations and stuff like that they're really big.
Nice. So if you could change one thing in your store, what would that be?
I've thought about this question. Probably my biggest thing, if I could change one thing in the store, would be to tailor our store to the needs of our community more than what I have. It's really hard to do with a big company, but for most companies it's hard to do. But that would be my one thing I'd want to change if I could.
So like local artisans, craft makers, or
different things like
or
anything locally. Down just to there's certain things. Say for instance, Big R had items that a lot of people around here loved, and we don't have it anymore. I am currently working on bringing some of that stuff back as far as horse tack and a few different things like that. I get a lot of requests for that. So I am working on things like that. But, I mean, it just being able to support the community and the local shops.
Mm-hmm. So there's, going back to like some of those things at Big R, was very kind of, you were able to be kind of hyper-local, if you would, right? You knew what products would sell and you could stock those. Right. Which the corporate store may not stock because they're trying to stock all the stores, not just this one, right?
Yeah, and yeah, because it's kind of hard. I mean, we do have 16 stores, but we also don't want to be a big box store either. We want to be the store that everybody wants. So, but being down here in Klamath Falls, you're a little further away from everybody. So I've been taking requests, and I want to try to bring that back, and just I want to be that one store that everybody wants to, needs to come to, and they don't have to go all over the place.
Cool. Now, a lot of retail places, a lot of businesses in general experience a lot of trouble, difficulties within the business. What are some of the difficulties you guys are facing?
I think we pretty much face the same difficulties as a lot of people do. We do have issues with hiring here and there. We have a lot of college students that work for us. So a lot of those college students are just here for a certain amount of time, and then they move on. We do have a lot of good college students that work for us. I mean, I wouldn't trade any of mine. So
that's always good to have.
Yeah, we have some good kids that are willing to learn. I just got to keep the training going and getting them in there. But yeah, we got a lot of good employees right now.
Nice. What are some of the future plans for the Coastal Store? You just, within, 5 years, you moved to this new location?
Yeah, we've been here for a couple of years now.
That's the old Kmart building, for those not aware, the big Coastal Store at the Kmart building.
So we have expanded. Don't know that we'll expand anymore after that.
That was a pretty big growth right there.
Yeah, and we're pretty limited on the space that we are at now. But my future plans, I want to keep bringing in more product. We're always on the lookout for new product, better ways to do things, however I can help out. I just want to bring in I'm looking at some different products right now that I'm trying to bring in, and hopefully that'll help out our customers a lot more.
Are you able to talk about those products right now? Or is it
Not
still kind of
yet. It's still out in the opening right now, so I don't want to say anything just yet.
All right. We're not going to pressure you too hard. If somebody did have a suggestion of something they'd like to see you carry, how would they let you know that?
Come by the store, call me. You can talk to any of the managers. You can come find me anytime. I'm willing to sit down and talk with anybody about whatever you would like to see.
All right. So you got a Husqvarna hat on. Is that what you guys carry, or is it steel? I don't remember.
Husqvarna and steel.
Husqvarna and steel.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Guys, we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back in just a moment. Now is a great time for you to get your questions in for Erin in the comments below. We'll see you back in 2 minutes.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rourke, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours?
You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
Hello, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath. This is Season 3's episode number 4, and today we feature Erin Anderson, who is the assistant manager for Coastal Farm and Ranch here in town. We've been talking about the store and Erin personally, and one of the things that we were discussing is that 4-H and FFA and your involvement with that. This section's actually going to be a lot more of those type of things. But if you've got questions for Erin, and I've seen some come in already, get those in the comments below. We're going to actually ask those at the end of the show, those questions for Erin. So, you ready for some more?
Sure.
All right. Now, the first time we met was actually like 2 years ago at the county fair.
Right.
And we were actually talking about some new show panels that were just installed that year, 2017.
Right.
Sponsorships were being offered for those panels and whatnot. We actually did an interview on them, an interview with you, as well as another person had joined us. Where I know some are still available. Do you know what's going on with those panels?
Oh, yeah. I believe all the beef panels are taken, but there's still some hog panels that are available. Quite a few of the lamb show ring panels are available.
And these panels were replaced for various reasons. The old ones, the green ones, if you remember the old green ones, if you went to the fair, had like the horizontal bars, right. And there were some safety issues with those, with the animals. And the new ones they're kind of a gray, but they have vertical bars. Can you explain what the reason why the change and the upgrade?
Yeah, well, part of it was they wanted to upgrade. They wanted something new, something that all looks the same. And so we went with the preferred panels. And the vertical bars are there for safety reasons. The animals can't climb, for one. They can't get hung in them. When you have two joining sections, like in a corner, sometimes you get animals that'll get on top of those panels. Well, if like horses usually lean off to the side, they can't get hung up in those corners. So there's a big safety factor behind them too, and they look really nice too.
They are pretty nice, and I know you were working with Tracy over at the 4-H or 4-H. Wow, I'm getting all tongue-tied tonight. Tracy, I know you're probably watching now and you're scolding me, aren't you? In about those availabilities of sponsorships for those panels, you said the beef panels were gone. You think a lot of the sheep ones are still left?
Yeah, I did talk to her, and we do have quite a few sheep ones left and some hog ones. Get a little plaque and your name on the panel, and it's pretty nice. The whole community's joined up to sponsor that, and it's really nice to see all the people that have come out to help and take care of that.
Do you remember how much those were costing? I think there were different prices depending on what the panel was. Wasn't
I
it?
did not. I should have asked her, and I didn't do it. But yeah, there's some different prices.
Okay.
Depending on if you want the full panel. I think the gates are a different price too. So.
Yeah, the ones that were closer versus
Right.
the sides,
but they're still not
different
bad prices. It's a really good deal for, and you're helping out.
So if you're interested in those, you want to call KBREC, the Klamath Basin Research Extension Center, and ask for Tracy Reed, I believe, is the one that's actually handling that. She's got all that information.
And I'm sure any of the girls in the office could help out.
Yeah. So what other things do you like to help out when it comes to the 4-H and FFA?
I'd like to help out with the animals. I do all the buying for the Klamath County Fair. Each manager has their own fair. I do all the buying for this one, but my son's involved in one of the 4-H groups, so we help out with those guys a lot. My wife and I, because of the way we like when Coastal brings in their chicks and stuff like that for the season, because of the way they fall, they won't be old enough, or too old, actually, I should say. So my wife and I will bring in chicks and turkeys, and that way the kids can buy them at the right time and have the right age, and they're not too old or anything like that. So it's nothing against Coastal or anything. It's just the way ours happen to fall and where our fair is. There's quite a few fairs out there that the kids buy their animals, their chickens or their rabbits from us, and be able to show them. So
Okay. So do you offer special discounts to those members, those 4-H students and FFA members?
Oh, definitely. They have a discount card that's online, and they sign up for it each year. Usually in November, they can sign up for it, and it goes all year to October.
So it should help offset some of the feed costs and things like that, right?
It does, especially with your smaller animals. It helps out a lot, and it helps out with everybody too. And and I'm trying to bring in another feed line. That's kind of one of my things I've been working on. But we want our show feeds in at the right time. We, like when kids are showing steers and stuff, we want to make sure our show feeds are there at the right time. So it takes a lot of juggling too sometimes to make sure I have the right feeds at the right time and not too late or too early.
Right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. You don't want to be doing things at the wrong time.
Right. You
want to get the highest production yield out of your animal.
Exactly.
And that must be very complex for you, planning that all out.
It does sometimes, yes.
Because what you feed a steer is not what you're going to feed the sheep. So
exactly.
It's going to be completely different. You mentioned a little bit about the critters that your wife and you bring those in at certain times. The poultry, for example, like if somebody went down in probably about a month, you're going to have some at the store.
Yeah, we have them on the way. I think our first hatch date is somewhere around the 18th or the 20th of February. So we're actually getting them a little bit earlier this year again, but it's because of our hatchery. And so, but yeah, we got them coming.
Now, those spring animals that you'll have, what can somebody expect if they come in and say mid-March? What would you have an inventory of?
We're going to have the same birds as we usually have last year. We have a lot of layers, broilers, turkeys, ducks. We are adding this year. We are adding pheasant, chucker, and quail. We won't have a big run of them, but we are adding them. We're going to see how that goes. If it does well, we'll be able to bring more in. I can also do special orders if anybody is wanting to do special orders. I can special order certain birds too.
Sure. What about like smaller animals such as rabbits and guinea pigs and animals like that?
I currently don't have a supplier for guinea pigs. I am certainly, if I had a supplier for guinea pigs, I would certainly be willing to talk to them about bringing them in. I do have rabbit supplies, so I have a couple of people that I buy rabbits from. And we always have rabbits. Currently right now I'm out, but I usually always have rabbits. I have a supplier that we can special order. At certain times of the year, I can special order if somebody wants a Flemish Giant or if they want bigger Rex-style rabbits, other than something just a pet or something like that. I do have a supplier that we can get those from. You just have to come talk to me or one of the animal health associates, and we can get you taken care of.
How long would a special order rabbit like that take? If somebody came to you tomorrow, would they have one in a week?
Usually,
would it be at 2 months?
Yeah, usually I tell them at a couple of month time frame. The Flemish Giants are a little harder because you only breed them certain times of the year. So depending on when she's going to start breeding, then depends on when I can do that. But usually the Rex style rabbits or any of the bigger style, within 2 months we can have one on the ground for you.
Very cool. And you got all the supplies to go with that too, right? If somebody was coming in February, late February, and said, I want chickens this year, they could get it all, right?
We got it all.
The coop, everything.
We can do the coop. We just brought in Scratch and Peck, which is a new line of organics feeds, so going really well. A lot of people like that.
Very cool. So, guys, now is a great time to get your questions in. Once again, we are fielding your questions through Facebook here in the feed for Erin. So if you got any questions, maybe it's related to rabbits or chickens or 4-H or anything else, put those in the comments below. We're actually going to get to those in just a moment. We'll be back after this commercial.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rourke, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours?
You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
Hello, friends. Brian Gailey here, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath, presented by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. If you're just tuning in, we're joined today by Erin Anderson, the assistant manager for Coastal Farm and Ranch. This is the section in the show that we call the soapbox, and it's an opportunity for our guests to talk about whatever it is that's on their mind. What's on your mind today, Erin? Is there anything there that you want to discuss?
Really, I just I want to be there to help the community. If you have any suggestions on things that we could help with, stuff that you would like to see, maybe we could try to get in. Can't guarantee I can get everything in, but things like that. We can go the panels for the show ring. I mean, I'd love to see more people get out there and see about sponsoring one of those. And
that's not like sponsor dollars that come back to Coastal. That's actually money that goes to 4-H and FFA.
All goes to 4-H and FFA kids. I'm working on a deal with my employees, all my coworkers, to see if maybe we want to sponsor one together or a couple of panels together, and just every little thing we can help out. Yeah.
What are kind of some of the hidden gems that might be in the store that people aren't aware of?
Well, most people don't go out to the feed bay or to the yard. I mean, the feed bay is kind of everybody just usually pulls around the back to get their feed loaded up. But we've got lots of stuff. We got fencing and panels and water troughs, water storage tanks, chutes. I mean, you name it. We've got a lot of equipment out in the yard itself. And sometimes if you just want to, holler at one of us and we'll go out there and show you everything we got. Get the pricing for you. We can do estimates for you, whatever you need to do. And just kind of go.
Well, not to get a whole bunch of walk-in traffic asking for money, but these guys do help out with a lot of stuff in the community as well. We were talking off camera that one of the I don't know, is it a drawback? Is it a perk? We don't really know, but when we get asked a lot of times for donations,
right.
We want to be able to help them all, but we can't help them all. But you want to be able to talk to them, right?
Yeah, and we talk to everybody. Obviously, we can't help everybody, and I wish we could, but we try to spread it out as much as possible to help as many people as we can. I don't mind talking to you if you come in. Amy, Dennis, all of our managers, we will sit down and we will talk to you and see how we can help you out. So
now, you said you like to help out the things that are involved with kids. Is that the same with Amy and Dennis as well? If somebody were to talk to them, or
oh yeah, definitely. I've always been naturally drawn to helping out the kids. I've done it since I was even younger. I help out younger kids. So, but anybody will help out.
Very well. Anything else that's on your mind?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some sales coming up. Good quarterback sale coming up for Super Bowl weekend. The bull sale this weekend.
We're not supposed to say that on air. That's that magical word we're not supposed to say. It's the big game.
The big game. Yeah. But we got some got some good things coming up.
Awesome. Well, let's get to your questions. I know we have a few in here. We're going to go back in and start at the beginning here. Brandon Christopher Rust, he's one of our regulars on here. Thanks, Brandon, for doing that. He said he has a comment, says it's beautiful here. I think he's referencing to earlier in the show when we were talking about why you stayed here. Looks like he stayed because of the beauty.
It is.
Carly K says, I love Coastal, with like 6 exclamation points on it. She also says Coastal had free dog and cat food samples today. Check them out. What was that all about?
That's our new dog food line, Wildology. It's exclusive to Coastal. It is made by a different division of Diamond, and you're not going to find it anywhere else.
So it's exclusive to your stores?
It's exclusive to our stores.
Nice. Do you know anything about the product, how it's different?
Well, I mean,
I don't put you on the spot about a product. So.
It's kind of like Taste of the Wild, to be honest with you. It's a lot like Taste of the Wild. But there's a few ingredients in there that Taste of the Wild doesn't have. And if you want to learn more about it, come sit down and talk with me or one of my associates at Animal Health, and we can find the best dog food for your dog and get you switched over if you want to try it out.
Nice. Rourke Ponce, thanks for tuning in, Rourke. He says, can the community help with letting the corporate office know what local products they'd like to see?
Definitely, yeah. You can call the corporate office. There's, if you get on the website, you can send them emails. They check, even on the weekends, they check every email that comes through.
So going back to that suggestion of some of the things that you would like to bring to the local store that may be more local or things that people want,
right.
Not only does it help to let the staff and the management of the store know, but go straight to corporate too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like I said, they even on the weekends, they check all the emails. If you want to come by, give it to me. I can send it to corporate too. I send everything straight forward. So
nice. Sometimes there's, it's that order of operations, if you
right.
would. You're not supposed to bypass certain people. So
right.
It's kind of nice that they can communicate with corporate.
Oh, definitely. Because sometimes it's easier just to call the main source, and they're more than willing to talk to you. So.
Nice. Sherry Hargrave, who was actually a guest in the hot seat there not too long ago, hi Sherry, asked, are you getting more Hydro Flasks?
We are. That's been a huge question. Hydro Flask has had a few issues. They're just loaded with orders right now. So they're a little behind, but yes, it is on the way.
On the way. Do you get to pick what they send to you, or does it just come? Because I know Hydro Flask has certain production things going on.
We stay on the trend, so but we pick what we want, and we basically look at all the demands of what sells the best, and that's what we bring in the most of. But yeah, we can order stuff too. If there's something on the website that you see, let me know. We'll get it ordered.
All right. Well, it's nice to know that you guys can do a lot of that custom stuff too, a little custom ordering. Looking here, I'm not seeing any other questions. Appreciate everybody tuning in that's been watching. Troy, Sherry, Tammy, Mike, thank you all. Brandon and the other Brandon and Rourke. Those are just a handful of the dozens that have been tuning in here tonight, and I appreciate it, and thank you very much for doing so. Anything else that you'd like to add tonight?
No, I think that's about it. I just want everybody to know that we're here to stay and here to help out. So anything you need, come by and see us. We'll see what we can do for you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Erin, for being here. We're actually going to wrap up our coverage, not seeing any other questions here. A little shorter show than usual here today, but that's totally cool. Ask Klamath is presented by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. It's a production of Klamath Falls News and hosted by myself, Brian Gailey. Off camera, over there is Brandon. He is the one handling the switching now. Thank you, Brandon, for doing that. If you did not catch the entire broadcast, don't worry, because Facebook's going to do its magic, and as soon as it's done, you can rewatch anytime you want through our Facebook page. Also, you can head over to our YouTube channel as well as AskKlamath.com, where you can see all the previous episodes from our last 3 seasons. I think this is like our 25th episode now.
Wow.
Yeah. If you've been entertained and you learned something, please like, comment, share, let people know, let them know that this is even out there. Next week, we have a surprise guest that I'm not even sure who it's going to be yet. It's to be determined, but we'll find somebody to hit this hot seat, and maybe it's Erin 2 weeks in a row. On behalf of my guest, Erin Anderson, thank you very much again for being here. He's the assistant manager for Coastal Farm and Ranch here in town. I'm Brian Gailey, and we will see you around the basin.